Have you ever experienced that inexplicable flutter in your heart, that deep knowing that something profound is about to unfold in your life? You see, the journey toward physical reunion often comes with its own unique language of signs and synchronicities. The twin flame journey isn't just another love story, it's a sacred dance of souls that transcends ordinary human experience. And when it comes to reunion, the universe has its own way of preparing both partners for this momentous occasion. Let me share something fascinating with you. In my practice, I've noticed that physical reunion often occurs precisely when you least expect it. It's one of life's beautiful paradoxes. The moment you truly let go of controlling the outcome is often when the magic begins to unfold. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself obsessing over every possible sign, analyzing every dream, every coincidence, hoping it means your twin flame is about to return? I get it. I've been there too. But what if I told you that the most reliable signs of an approaching reunion are actually quite different from what most people expect? In this video, I'm going to reveal 5 unmistakable signs that your twin flame reunion might be closer than you think. These aren't just random coincidences or wishful thinking. They're patterns I've observed with twin flames who have successfully navigated their way back to each other. So, are you ready to discover what the universe might be trying to tell you about your upcoming reunion? Let's dive in and explore these profound indicators together. You know that moment just before sunrise, when everything is perfectly still, and there's a deep knowing that light is about to break through the darkness. That's exactly what it feels like when you reach that mystical state of inner peace before a twin flame reunion. It's perhaps the most counterintuitive yet profound sign that your physical reunion is approaching. The complete absence of desperate longing. Think about it for a moment. For years, we chase this connection like someone dying of thirst in a desert, convinced that our twin flame is the only oasis that can quench our spiritual drought. We analyze every sign, interpret every dream, and scroll through countless articles, looking for confirmation that reunion is near. Yet the universe, in its infinite wisdom, operates on a principle that often feels like a cosmic joke. The very thing we chase most desperately tends to remain just out of reach until we no longer need it to feel complete. I remember a woman who had spent 2 years in what she called twin flame obsession. She would wake up every morning checking her phone for messages, spent hours interpreting signs, and essentially put her entire life on hold, waiting for her twin to return. Then something remarkable happened. She got tired, not just physically tired, but soul tired of the chase. In that exhaustion, she found something unexpected, herself. This is where the magic begins to unfold. When you reach that place of genuine self-sufficiency, something profound shifts in your energy field. It's like finally understanding that you are not half of a whole seeking completion, but rather a complete circle seeking resonance with another complete circle. The irony here is beautiful and somewhat amusing. The moment you truly accept that you don't need your twin flame to complete you is often the precise moment when the universe decides you're ready for reunion. It's as if the universe has been waiting all along for you to learn this crucial lesson. True love can only exist in the space of freedom, never in the confines of necessity. This inner peace isn't just about feeling okay with or without them. It's about reaching a state of such profound self-love and completion that their presence or absence no longer defines your happiness. You become like a lighthouse, standing strong and emanating light, regardless of whether ships are passing by. And just like ships naturally navigate toward a lighthouse's beam in the darkness, your twin flame is naturally drawn to your energy when you reach this state of peaceful self-containment. And you know what's truly fascinating? This isn't just spiritual theory. It's reflected in quantum physics. Just as particles behave differently when observed versus when left alone, the energy of twin flame connection flows most freely when we're not desperately trying to force or monitor it. It's the observer effect of spiritual connection. The very act of anxiously watching and waiting can alter the natural flow of reunion timing. So perhaps the greatest sign of impending physical reunion isn't a sign at all. It's the peaceful absence of needing signs. It's waking up each morning complete in yourself, loving your life exactly as it is, and knowing that whether your twin flame physically returns or not, you are whole, you are enough, and you are exactly where you need to be. Have you ever noticed how the universe seems to speak in patterns? Like a cosmic DJ mixing the perfect soundtrack for your life's most pivotal moments, synchronicities begin to play out in an intricate dance when twin flame reunion approaches. It's as if reality itself becomes more fluid, more responsive to the deepening connection between two souls, preparing to merge in the physical realm. Think about it. We live in a universe that's essentially made of information, patterns, and relationships. Quantum physicists have shown us that, at the smallest level, everything is interconnected in ways that defy our traditional understanding of cause and effect. When twin flames approach reunion, this interconnectedness becomes almost tangibly visible through an abundance of meaningful coincidences that are too precise to be random, too specific to be chance. The number sequences that many twin flames report seeing aren't just random digits. They're like cosmic Morse code, each pattern carrying its own vibrational signature and message. Think of them as the universe's way of winking at you, saying, yes, you're on the right track, or pay attention to what's happening right now. What's particularly beautiful about this phenomenon is how it often unfolds in perfect divine timing. Just when you think you've figured out the pattern, the universe throws in a new synchronicity that expands your understanding even further. And you know what's truly remarkable? These synchronicities often increase in frequency and intensity as physical reunion approaches, like a symphony building to its crescendo. It's as if the very fabric of reality begins to vibrate at a higher frequency, aligning itself with the impending merger of two souls who were always meant to find their way back to each other. Remember though, these signs aren't meant to be a checklist or a guarantee. They're more like love letters from the universe, gentle reminders that you're part of something much larger than yourself. And just like any great love story, The journey itself is where the real magic happens. Have you ever noticed how a tuning fork, when struck, not only vibrates itself, but causes everything around it to resonate at the same frequency? This is exactly what happens as your energy field begins to prepare for twin flame reunion. It's one of the most fascinating and tangible signs that something profound is shifting in your spiritual landscape. Think about this for a moment. Your body is essentially a sophisticated antenna, constantly receiving and transmitting energetic information. When reunion approaches, this antenna begins to operate at a higher frequency, much like a radio finding clearer reception as it moves closer to the broadcast tower. I've witnessed many twins describe this phenomenon, often starting with subtle sensations they can barely put into words. You might find yourself experiencing unexpected surges of vitality at 3 a.m. or feeling waves of peaceful bliss wash over you in the middle of a mundane activity like grocery shopping. These aren't random occurrences. They're moments when the veil between you and your twin becomes temporarily thinner, allowing their energy to blend more fully with yours. It's rather like two oceans gradually dissolving the sandbar that separates them, preparing to flow as one. What's particularly fascinating is how these energetic shifts often manifest in synchronized physical symptoms. You might feel a sudden warmth in your heart chakra, only to later discover your twin was thinking of you at that exact moment. Or perhaps you will experience inexplicable butterflies in your solar plexus, a signal that your energy bodies are beginning their delicate dance of reunion. It's as if your physical body becomes a living compass, pointing consistently toward the magnetic north of your shared destiny. But here's the beautiful paradox. These sensations often become strongest precisely when you've stopped actively seeking them. It's like trying to see those tiny floating specks in your vision. The moment you try to look directly at them, they dance away. But when you relax and allow your awareness to soften, they become clearly visible in your peripheral vision. Similarly, these energetic signals become most apparent when you're in a state of peaceful acceptance, neither grasping for them nor pushing them away. Remember, dear ones, that these physical sensations are not just random biological hiccups. They're the language of soul recognition speaking through your body. They're reminders that even in apparent separation, you and your twin flame are engaged in an eternal cosmic dance, moving ever closer to the moment when your energies will once again recognize themselves in each other, like two notes finding perfect harmony in the universal symphony. Have you ever noticed how the veil between worlds grows mysteriously thin in those twilight moments between sleeping and waking? When it comes to twin flame reunion, your dream time often becomes a sacred portal, a mystical bridge connecting your consciousness with the deeper truths of your connection. It's as if your soul has access to a divine telegraph system that operates most clearly when your analytical mind finally surrenders to sleep. Think about the ancient Greeks and their belief in the hypnopompic state, that magical threshold between dreams and wakefulness where the gods would speak most clearly to mortals. In much the same way, your twin flame connection often communicates most powerfully through this liminal space. Many twins report having dreams so vivid and meaningful that they carry the weight of real memories rather than just nighttime fantasies. One particularly fascinating case involved one woman who, for 3 consecutive nights, dreamed of a specific cafe she'd never visited. In each dream, she sat at the same table, waiting. The dreams were so persistent that she finally decided to seek out this cafe in waking life. And there, sitting at that exact table, was her twin flame whom she hadn't seen in 7 years. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, had been preparing her through the dream state for this profound moment of reunion. But it's not just about dreams. It's about the whole spectrum of intuitive knowing that seems to amplify as reunion approaches. Your psychic antenna becomes exquisitely tuned, picking up signals from the etheric realm with unprecedented clarity. You might find yourself knowing things about your twin flame that there's no logical way you could know. Perhaps you wake up feeling their emotions, sensing their struggles, or understanding their thoughts with a clarity that defies rational explanation. This heightened intuition often manifests as what Carl Jung called synchronistic events, meaningful coincidences that seem to defy probability. You might think of your twin flame and immediately receive a text from them, or hear their favorite song playing in 3 different places in one day. It's as if the universe is speaking in a language of symbols and signs that only your soul can fully comprehend. Remember though, these dreams and intuitive hits aren't meant to be decoded like some cosmic puzzle. They're more like love letters from your higher self, gentle reminders that the connection you share exists far beyond the boundaries of ordinary reality. Trust in these messages, but hold them lightly. Let them guide you while remaining grounded in your present moment awareness. As one wise soul once told me, dreams are the stars by which we navigate the ocean of reunion, but it's our waking consciousness that must sail the ship. Your intuition is speaking to you in the language of the soul. All you need to do is listen with your heart wide open. Think about how water behaves when 2 separate streams merge into one river. There's initially some turbulence, some chaos at the meeting point, but eventually the waters find their natural rhythm and flow together as one. This is precisely what happens with twin flame communication as you approach reunion. The previous patterns of miscommunication, triggers, and defensive reactions begin to dissolve like morning mist under the rising sun of mutual understanding. What's particularly fascinating about this shift is how it often happens on multiple levels simultaneously. It's not just about the words you exchange, it's about the energy behind them. Like a radio finally tuning into the perfect frequency, after years of static, the communication becomes crystal clear. You might find yourself knowing exactly what your twin flame means, even when they're struggling to express it. The spaces between words become as meaningful as the words themselves. The beauty of this transformation lies in its effortlessness. unlike the early stages of the journey where every interaction felt like walking through an emotional minefield. This new way of communicating flows as naturally as breathing. It's rather like how ancient mariners navigated by the stars. Suddenly, the map becomes clear, and you understand not just what is being said, but the deeper currents of meaning flowing beneath the surface. This shift often manifests in unexpected ways. You might notice that misunderstandings resolve themselves before they even fully form. The old triggers that once sparked emotional fires now feel like gentle reminders of how far you've come. It's as if your souls have developed their own quantum entanglement, instantaneous understanding across any distance beyond the limitations of ordinary communication. Remember though, this isn't about achieving perfect communication. It's about reaching a state of perfect acceptance of imperfect communication. Like two different musical instruments learning to play in harmony, you don't need to become identical to create beautiful music together. The differences in your communication styles become complementary rather than contradictory. This evolution in communication is perhaps one of the most profound indicators that reunion is approaching, because it signifies that both twins have reached a level of spiritual maturity where they can hold space for each other's truth without needing to defend their own. Remember, dear soul seekers, that the journey toward twin flame reunion is perhaps one of the most profound spiritual experiences we can have in this lifetime. But here's the beautiful paradox. The reunion often happens precisely when you stop looking for it. Think about it. Isn't it fascinating how the universe works? When you finally reach that place of complete acceptance, when you're genuinely okay with or without your twin flame in your physical reality, that's often when the magic begins to unfold. It's like putting down a heavy backpack you didn't even realize you were carrying. True reunion isn't just about physical proximity. It's about energetic alignment. When you're truly ready, you'll find yourself in such a state of inner peace that the reunion becomes more like a gentle flowing river rather than a crashing wave. You'll notice that the desperate need to know when or how simply dissolves into a quiet knowing. And you know what? That's exactly where you want to be. Because authentic twin flame reunion isn't about completing yourself through another person. It's about coming together as two whole beings who choose to share their light with each other. So rather than searching for external signs, I encourage you to turn inward. Focus on your own growth, heal your wounds, and keep nurturing your connection with the divine. Trust that when both you and your twin flame are truly ready, the universe will orchestrate your reunion with perfect timing and grace. Remember, you're already connected at the soul level. That's a bond that transcends time and space. The physical reunion is just the cherry on top of an already beautiful spiritual journey.